Hello and welcome to this videocast for subscribers to davidicke.com. This week I want to talk about mind control, something I've researched at enormous length over the years, both in the United States and in Europe and other parts of the world, because this is a global agenda of mass and individual mind control, so you find it going on everywhere. But of course there are certain centers where you find it most concentrated, and the United States and Britain and anything to do with Mossad in Israel are some of the major centers, in fact the major centers that you'll find in terms of the manipulation of the individual and collective perception. And that's what it is really. My latest book's called The Perception Deception, because when you look at how you control individuals and most certainly the population in general, you have to manipulate their perception of reality, their perception of self, their perception of world events, and their perception of endless situations. Because from that perception comes their response and comes their behavior. So if you can manipulate their perception to see things in a certain way, then you can manipulate them to support what you want to do as a result of that, or to oppose something you want opposed, or to turn against someone or some group as a result of the manipulation of perception. It is the whole foundation of the global conspiracy and the manipulation of the human race. It's controlling, manipulating, and implanting their sense of reality, their perception. Now, this can be done on a mass scale, and I will talk about that in other places, and it's all in my books. But we've had another multiple killing this week in California, in the Santa Barbara area, involving a young man called Elliot Rodger. And I'm not saying here in a reflex action response that, oh, he was mind controlled to do that because of how you can manipulate public perception of things as a result of it. Because there's a lot more research to do, although there are parts of that story that certainly don't feel right to me, but there's more research to do. What I want to talk about today, and the information I want to share with you today, is about the potential of mind control, the systematic structure of mind control, some of the history of mind control, so that when things like this happen, and I'll be talking about some of the other mass killings as well as we go along, when something like this happens, if you don't have the background of the possibilities of mind control to get people to carry out killings and other acts, basically on your say-so, by in effect turning the assassin or the killer or whatever into little more than a software program. If you don't know that potential, then when an official story comes out saying this has happened, this is who did it, and this is why, there's really no alternative to the official story. So the media and the authorities say, this is the story, this is what's happened, this is why. And people without the background knowledge of the potential for mind control will say, well, that's what must have happened then. But in fact, there are many other possibilities, and my goodness, in the case of so many of these now infamous mass killings in the United States, there are massive probabilities that mind control was involved. I would say blatantly so in many cases.